Glad you all could be here tonight. Now, you may hear some strange noise in the background tonight because we're having a big old thunderstorm here in Las Vegas. So this could make things interesting. Let's just hope that it doesn't like knock any power out. But we should be good. Just a little noisy in the background. I asked April before the show if she could hear it over the speaker, and she said, "Uh-huh." So it's a really coming through. So welcome. My name is Danny Ackerman. For those who haven't been here before, we do this every Sunday night. You get to bring me the questions, and I try to come up with the answers for you. I just got back from my trip to Dallas, Texas, which was amazing. I have so much to share about that. But first, a little housework. We record all the shows, so actually, Spreecast automatically records it. So about 10 minutes or so after we finish up, they've already got it available to watch again. But we also break it down into segments. So if there was just one segment you missed or you wanted to go back and review, like the scores or the stuff that I'm going to be listing, you can head on over to my YouTube channel, and that is where we post all of those segments. So you can go back and I always appreciate, you see something you like, if you could share that out on the social media or make a comment, do all that cool stuff. That always helps others find it as well. Let's see what else. If you have any troubles getting to the show, hopefully since you're all here, you didn't have any trouble. But if the screen freezes up or my voice freezes up or you go to black, whatever happens, please, by all means, send an email to support@spreecast.com and let them know, because they are still working out the bells and whistles. You'll see up in the little corner there, it still says beta Spreecast. So they are still working on things, but they need to know what the problems are so they can fix them. It also helps if you don't have a whole ton of stuff running on your computer, like open browsers, especially Facebook. Facebook is kind of like a memory suck for computers. So a lot of times even just closing down Facebook during the show will help stability. So there you go. There's a little bit of homework that we do. Oh, yeah, if you ever want to just listen to archives of the show in audio format, we're also on iTunes. So you can listen on the go. Not as much fun because you can't see this stuff, but you can still, you can figure out a lot of what I'm showing by how I'm describing it. Yep. And this segment is brought to you by my friends at Outright.com. My numbers, people. One of the things I figured out this weekend is how important it is to have those trusted alliances in your business. No matter what your business is, you need people and services that you can trust. And Outright is one of those for me. They keep track of all of my numbers, doing all of my income and expense, keeping track of all those numbers for me based on attaching my bank account and my PayPal and my eBay and my Etsy and my Amazon, and all that great stuff is all connected there. They keep track of all of that. I totally trust them with all that information, and they spit back reports for me so that I have all those numbers when I need them. And it's free. It's free. I got a really good article, of course, if I do say so myself, coming out in this week's Outright blog. So the blog is a compilation of several of us that write for it and write articles. So definitely check that out because there's some great stuff over there as well. Outright.com/blog. Okay, so my trip to Dallas. Whew, I've never been to Dallas before. I think I drove through it once, but didn't stop. I was like a straight on through. So this was really my first chance to kind of get to see Dallas and meet the people. And you guys know I am getting over my fear of flying, and I'm getting a little more adventurous in my travels. I went there to go to a conference that was for women entrepreneurs by a business coach that I very, very much admire named Katarina Rando. Some of you may have heard of her, but she is just absolutely fabulous. Like, and there's no other word to describe her. So I had the thrill of going to her 2-day conference. I went in early so that I could go on one of my Day with Danni expeditions with several of you. I think we had about 15 on this trip, which was totally amazing. And we first in the morning we started off at a little antique mall. Well, yeah, I mean, as far as antique malls go, it was little. I mean, it wasn't a little antique store. But it was pure class. I mean, there was nothing there that we could buy to turn a profit on. It was all pretty much a full retail. But I think those that went will agree it was a great chance to get our hands on some really high-end, nice pieces. There was, oh gosh, and if anybody's in the chat room that was with me, help me out here. You know that one painting that I posted in fun over on my Facebook wall, my personal wall there, it had cows in it, you know me, cows. Just a fantastic painting. All the artwork in that place, any one of those pieces would have, you know, definitely been worth, if you could pick it up for under $100, you know, flipping it. Just some incredible pieces. There was tons of Murano glass, but of course the sellers there knew what they had. But the lesson out of this shop, and I didn't know this until we were driving to our next destination, is this is a very high-end neighborhood of Dallas. And they have the clientele that are looking for this caliber of antiques and fine collectibles and art and that sort of thing. And so they can ask those prices. They have the customers. There is the market for it. And you guys, that's the same thing that I tell you guys. In your store, there is a market for those high-end, high-priced items. I don't care whether you sell clothing, jewelry, household items, antiques and collectibles. There is a high-end market. And if you put your focus more on those type items, you will work much less hard. You can sell fewer things and make more money. It's a crazy thing. So that's kind of my mantra. So from there we went to another antique mall that was better suited for us to potentially find scores and come away with some things. And it was really interesting. We ran into a couple of the dealers that were sort of hovering around their booths, and one gentleman was a little upset because he misunderstood some of the things I was saying. Someone had picked up a really nice Fenton basket that was signed, and I made the comment, I said, oh, that could possibly be a QVC piece. And he very abruptly said, I don't have any QVC. Not understanding that that isn't a bad thing. There are some really expensive QVC Fenton pieces that were only available if you shopped QVC. So they're highly sought after and people pay big money for them, but he was not happy. And he kind of had one of those shelves of things. There was no merchandising. It was everything was just crammed onto this shelf, and it was really good for shopping, but it was really, really bad to have the dealer hovering right there, you know. So if you're a dealer at an antique booth, don't hover. Don't hover over your customers. Let them shop. And we probably would have bought several things off his shelf if he hadn't been standing there. Yeah, we did. We walked away. We did. We scooted away, even though there was potentially some scores there. Another really cute little lady was giving us, you know, this tour, and she had some épergnets, and they were really unique. I was trying to get some history on them, and boy, she was just, I said, oh, you know, are these Mount Washington? Oh, no. Mount Washington is a lovely glassware company, but these are much better. I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, Mount Washington's pretty darn good. So I'm thinking, okay, she's going to tell me what's better. She never did come up with a name. And then she started saying, well, we have Fenton and maybe Lori can help me what the other name was that she said. It was very cute, because she had no idea that Mount Washington is actually an extremely valuable glass. And I still think they were Mount Washington, but she didn't know what they were, but she knew they weren't Mount Washington. So it was really cute. Cute people in Dallas. From there, you might have seen the pictures. We went and had a nice lunch and got to talk about things, and then we headed on to our thrift stores in the afternoon. We went to a place called Thrift Giant, and I'm pretty sure everybody came away with some really cool items. And I got Lori in the chat room specifically. Lori, what was your cool takeaway? Maybe she can share with you guys some of the stuff that ended up in her basket. See, because I don't remember because I don't put anything in my cart. It all goes, and everybody that's with me, I don't buy anything, but I remember picking up some really cool stuff. Yep. No cowgirl hat. I did not wear a cowgirl hat. I know, too many to remember, and everybody had stuff in their carts. I mean, we were scoring. Oh yeah, there was a Fitz and Floyd cookie jar. Oh yes, is Lynn Coffin in the house? Because it was a pig. Some flasks, bocce balls, some dishes. Wow. Oh, and Stephanie Inge was with us, who is the organizer for the big Dallas chapter of the eBabes and Emails eBay meetup group. And she was over there using her little scanner in the book department, just filling her cart. I was just amazed how many books she found to send into FBA just on, one like little 10-minute jaunt through there. Yeah. Oh, Dan's with us tonight too. He got a signed Irene board painting for $12. We did a quick search, and Irene Borg is actually a very sought after artist. So yep, there's a score in the making. Yeah, good stuff. Good fun, you guys. I'm doing a lot of these trips coming up, so keep an eye on my newsletter for signups. They're just too much fun not to do when I go traveling, and you guys come away with some great stuff that kind of stretches you out of your comfort zones, things you may not have thought of, and I love that because that's going to make you more money on down the road. So be watching. I'm coming to Philadelphia, I'm coming to Atlanta, and I'm coming to Los Angeles and Houston. I'll be in Houston next month. Going back up to Northern California, San Francisco area, and Kansas. There we go. Kansas. Don't forget Kansas. So yes. Going to all those places. Oh, we're going to talk more about the travel stuff at the end of the show. I wanted to get in a couple more things about the conference. Because I went there. This was not an eBay event. This was a business event. Yet there was so much information there, you guys, that we all need to utilize in our eBay and our online businesses, because it's so true. How many of you would consider yourselves in survival mode with your business? Meaning you are just scrambling to pay your next eBay fees, or to keep the electricity on, or whatever that thing is where it's like, oh, you're just hanging on that next sale. Yeah, okay. So every business has these levels in their business. And the illustration was a staircase, and she gave us this beautiful illustration. And the bottom step is survival. And that's pretty much where we have to get past, that survival mode. We have to get up to the next step, which is stability. Stability means your business is running smoothly. You've got some consistent revenue coming in that you can pay your bills and things are good. But where I want to see you guys is get up to even the next step after that, which is independence. Meaning you are not just hanging on, just getting by and getting the bills paid, but you have an abundance. You have extra. You have a nest egg. You're paying yourself. What a concept, huh? How many of you pay yourself out of your business, out of your profits? Who's paying themselves? Okay, I'm getting laughter. Okay, this is it, you guys. This is where we're focusing. We're going to start giving ourselves a paycheck because we work too darn hard not to, right? Too darn hard not to give yourselves a paycheck. So it was just wonderful stuff. And I have so much. I have so much more to bring you guys. But I was also on the flight home. I always get a window seat, and I'm sitting and I'm looking out, and we have to get around some thunderstorms and maneuver, and they told us they were going to come down to a lower altitude, and we ended up flying at 15,000 feet right over the Grand Canyon. So if anybody has flown over the Grand Canyon, you know how immense and beautiful and awe-inspiring it is, right? Okay, so you got this Grand Canyon. So let's call this our success zone. This is where we want to be. We want to be in this awesomeness of success. Let's relate that to the Grand Canyon. So we can see it. How many of you have the vision? You know what it looks like if you were ever to get there. You guys got that? Okay, so I see the Grand Canyon. And then all of a sudden we go into a cloud and you can't see it anymore. Does that mean it's not there? Heck no. It's still there. Even through the clouds, even through the slow months of sales, even through the bad stuff that happens in our life and the stuff that gets us behind, that Grand Canyon is still there. We just have to come back out of the clouds and get heading in its direction again. So that was kind of like a huge visual for me, that even going through the clouds and all the bad stuff doesn't take it away. It's still there, and we just need to learn to fly by radar and get there. All right. And you guys can do it. You can do it. But it was really cool to fly that low over the Grand Canyon. You guys know I'm pretty terrified of flying. I have to come up with things to keep my mind busy while I'm flying. So, but that was pretty cool. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so we're going to get there, you guys. 2014, how about? Let's set our sights. We're almost through the clouds of the slow summer months. We're going into fourth quarter, so we're going to be seeing that Grand Canyon. We're going to be seeing that vision pretty darn clear here within the next month, and we're going to hold on to it, right? It's going to stay with us through 2014. We're not going to lose sight of it. Yes, yes? Let me hear some yeses in the chat room here. Awesome. Okay. We can do it together. Woohoo! We're on our 737, flying low.